Okay. We should be live. All my systems are informing me we are live. So, hello everybody. Welcome back to Dead Flesh Retro Plays classic text adventure games. Obviously, we're not doing a podcast anymore, so you don't have to record anything. You don't have to introduce yourselves. But in case anybody's watching, maybe just do that anyway. Just say hello to everybody so we can see you all.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
That was clever. Rosie said hello, and Mike waved, and Mike appeared.
I said hello as well, but I don't know what happened. Maybe I just sound like Rosie.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I only heard Rosie. Maya says
And
hello
hi,
on chat. So that's nice. And yeah, sorry,
and hi
William.
from me too.
There we go. Cool. Right. So, having finished playing Fish, like how long ago was it? Like 6 weeks ago now. It feels like an awful long time. It wasn't that long, was it? 4 weeks. Um, and I hope everybody's had a lovely summer and everyone's been away. And unfortunately, Mike's timetable has changed, so Mike can only be with us for the first two, and then is going to have to go to a lecture, I guess, on Monday evenings.
Uh, yeah,
Seminar.
something like that. Yes. My whole week has had to be rearranged, and unfortunately, something had to give way. So I will be here when I can be.
Okay. And Rosie's away next week as well, but then she's back after that.
And even then, I mean, depending on how well we do, I'm my timetable is only set for the next 2.5, 3 months anyway. So
Yeah, so you'll be back for the denouement then, because it'll take us 4 months to get through this game. It may do. I have no idea. I suspect it won't. I'm kind of hoping it won't. I don't think this game is as long as Fish, although I really don't know. But the game we're going to play is called Ballyhoo, and it's I don't know very much about it. I've intentionally not read reviews and gone into it too much because I don't want any spoilers. We want to be able to play the game fresh. But we decided we wanted to play an Infocom game, and we kind of looked at all of the themes of all of the games that they produced, and I guess we decided that this one sounded interesting and was kind of unlike anything else. So it's a game that was I think it was originally published in 1986, 85. We're going to play the PC version, the DOS version that came out in 1986. It's the last game that Infocom produced before they were acquired by Activision. So it's the last true Infocom game that was produced in-house by Infocom with no corporate oversight, if you know what I mean. And so it's a very original game. There's just two other things that I know about it. One is that it is kind of known for having an innovation. So it was the first game where time doesn't move in ticks like Fish did, but time advances based on things that you do in the world. Apparently, it's the first adventure game to ever do that. So it's quite a big deal. And the other thing is, this is the only little spoiler I know, is that apparently there is the parser's good, but it's a slightly older parser than the Magnetic Scrolls one that we played. So it may be a bit, we may be fishing around for the right phrases. But one thing I do know is that there is a difference between saying whip lion and hit lion with whip. Okay, so
okay.
you just need to bear this in mind. Apparently, you can end in a kind of game-ending state by not realizing that you have to use the correct phrase to hit the lion or whip it or whatever it is that you need to do. I don't really know. So yeah, that's it. On that note, I think we should just dive straight in, right? Let's. We've got it on screen.
No lions were harmed in the making of this game.
Yeah.
Can we just say?
Yes, that's important to know. I mean, this may be a highly inappropriate game, right? It's all about shenanigans going on in and around a circus. So that there may be some things that we deem inappropriate nowadays, bearing in mind that this was written in the mid-80s, but we'll find out. But hopefully it's well written and it's an engaging story, and it has good puzzles. So fingers crossed. Anyway, the game starts with the following text. Well, I can't even read it now, and I'm not even going to cut this out for the podcast either. So you're gonna have to bear with me on the reading. As you trudge along in the wake of the outflowing crowd, you thumb through your memories of this evening. Your experience of the circus, with its ballyhooed promises of wonderment and its ultimate disappointment, has been to sink your teeth into a candy apple whose fruit is rotten. Never mind the outrageous prices, the Mount Everest vantage point, the communistically long lines, the audience more savage than the Lion Act, and it wasn't the shabbiness of the performances themselves that got you soured on Spangleland. No, instead it's that the circus is a reminder of your own secret irrational desire to steal the spotlight, to defy death, and to bask in the thunder of applause. In the wings. The big top can be entered to the north and exited to the south. To the northeast, the grandstand begins its precipitous rise. Okay. Can everybody see the game okay?
Yeah.
That's good.
Cool. I went for the old amber phosphorus look.
Slightly disappointed by the lack of scan lines, so
I know, I don't have a filter. It would be good though, wouldn't it?
yeah, we'll see. We'll sort that out.
What are we actually playing it in? Sorry, are we playing it on an emulator?
Yes. Yeah, we're playing it in WinFrots.
Okay.
Frots is an emulator of Z-code, which is the language that Infocom used and has been subsequently used to write thousands of adventure games. But this is an original dump. This is version 99, I think, which I think is not actually the one that was published, but was one that had some bug fixes that never actually made it into the public, but was later discovered on a development machine that was used by Infocom, and it is the kind of the reference version of the game.
Oh, that's interesting. I thought you were going to say it was fixed by the community, but wow.
Apparently, it was fixed in house, but never released. I guess it just spanned the time that they were required.
Mm.
Do we want to go into the big top?
I think we do.
Okay, let's go north. Performance ring. This is the arena's oval-shaped performance ring, which is occupied by a sagging rectangular safety net. A rope ladder dangles to within a foot of the ground. Just west lies the entrance to a large round cage that completely encircles the second of the two rings. To the south, the big top's vaulted wing leads out into the open air. The arena's rickety grandstands rise steeply north and east. I think I might need to start mapping this, eh?
I was just going to say I need to get my head around this.
That's a lot of information here.
So where did we start?
Well, outside the tent, wasn't it?
I think we were actually inside it, but I don't actually remember what the I think I can actually. I've got a scroll back option. In the wings, it was. So this is in the wings. And then we went north. And that took us to the performance ring. and then in the wings was to the northeast. The grandstand begins its precipitous rise, and here the grandstands rise steeply north and east. So I think we've got the grandstand kind of here then, haven't we? Or possibly kind of here.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be east to the grandstand from the performance.
We may have something like this. I don't know really. I'm not sure whether grandstand is a single location or multiple, obviously, either. Oh, what happened there? And there was something to the south. So it says to the south, the big top's vaulted wing leads out into the open air.
That's just where we were, wasn't it?
Which is that's why I said that we were outside, because according to this,
Yeah.
going south, which is the opposite. So
Well, the wings. So when we were in the wings, it said that you could go south outside, didn't it? So I think the wings is kind of half outside.
Yes.
it's
I
like
think
the
so too. I think there might be.
It's
Oops.
the entrance foyer.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do a little bit of testing here to see what the arrangements are.
I think what you've just drawn is too complex. I think it's just telling you that if we now went south, we'd get back to the wings, and if we went south again, we'd be outside.
Okay, let's find out. So we also have west to the cage, to the second ring.
Yeah.
So let's just pop that in.
And there's another one as well.
Yeah, there's like a 3-ringed.
Well, no, it's not the 3-ring. There's an up.
Oh. I guess.
There's a ladder.
Cage.
Yeah, up the rope ladder.
Oh yes, sorry. Up and down. Okay, let's test this out then. So I'm going to go south to see if we go back to in the wings. We do.
What are the exits?
I can't type exits. There's no exits. I can do look. So big top can be entered to the north and exited to the south. So it is. We are halfway then, and then to the northeast, the grandstand begins its precipitous rise.
Right. So from here we can go northeast to the grandstand.
Yeah.
Performance ring. It's east to the grandstand.
And I guess the grandstand kind of circles around, or.
Yeah, I mean, I could try. Oops, sorry. I can try just going northeast from here to see what we get.
Well, if you go south, is actually.
Well, if I go northeast, it says climbing up into the deserted and littered grandstands produces a disorienting sense of deja vu. You make a headachy descent down the steps. So it just returns us back, actually.
Oh yeah, because we've just been in.
We've just
been
witnessed the
we were just leaving.
performance.
Yeah.
Do we have any idea what we're supposed to be doing? Is there like a mission yet? We don't know.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I mean, presumably we'll go to a location where the game will kind of start. Do you want me to try going south or north?
Do we not want to investigate inside the big top first?
Yeah.
I presume if we go outside, we're just going to have loads more locations.
Well, I was expecting it not to work. I was expecting it to be a dead end. I've got a funny feeling if you go south, it just says you loop back around in the wings again, the same way as it did for the. But
It'd be good to see what's in the big top.
yeah.
Okay.
Line.
North to the performance wing. I'm going to look again. So, yeah. Oval shaped performance ring occupied by a sagging rectangular safety net. Rope ladder dangles to within a foot of the ground. West lies the entrance to a large round cage that completely encircles the second of the two rings. To the south, the big top's vaulted wing leads out into the open air. The rickety grandstands rise steeply north and east. So I could just, for completion's sake, try east and north and see if that just loops us back. Yes, east does, north does, northeast. I can't go northeast, so
Yeah.
I can go west to the, or I can go up.
Yeah.
Maybe take a look in the cage, go west, and then we can go up.
Sure. The cage door is closed.
Open door.
Okay.
Do we really want to go in here?
It's not very helpful.
We're going to set a record for the shortest.
I
Yeah.
mean, I'm going to pretend that I haven't heard Chris's comment about the lion. I'm going to please suggest that we go and open the cage.
Okay. Open door. The cage door is locked. Well, just as well.
Okay.
Can we look in the cage?
You can see a pair of sleepy-headed lions resting on their haunches in the sawdust. There is an enclosed lion stand in the lion's den.
Oh,
Should we look at the lions? Okay. So it doesn't understand either X or exam.
Probably just look, isn't it?
Probably is just look. Examine lions. You glance at each lion and realise that, because you were outside the big top, stuck waiting in line when the lions were introduced, you're not certain who is who. You'll have to refer to each as the shaggy lion or the smooth-bodied lion.
what, like the lion and the lioness?
I mean, it may be that they're both lionesses, or they're both lions. I don't know.
Well, we clearly have no idea, do we?
We do not.
Well, we'll come back and whip them later. Shall we go up?
Okay, look lion, which do you mean? So let's look at shaggy lion, because it's quicker to type. Use prepositions to indicate precisely what you want to do. Look at the object, look inside it, look under it, etc. Okay.
But you might be able to go examine shaggy lion.
I think look at is the same as examine. So, I mean, let's just try that. The lion appears savage and blonde, like a Cosmo cover. Oh, Cosmopolitan. I got you. It's a magazine. Okay. Examine smooth lion.
Oh, okay.
The big cat is stretched out lazily over the sawdust. Okay, so I think those are interchangeable, aren't they? And we don't have to say smooth-bodied. We can just say smooth. But we can either go up or we can go south-south.
Let's go up.
We haven't checked our inventory, actually. We don't know what we have. Okay. For inventory, you have $12.81 to your name. We also have score and moves in the top info bar. So we have score is still 0. We've taken 17 moves so far.
Yeah.
Let's go up. You grasp the ladder firmly and climb up. Platform. You're standing on a small, unstable platform which is suspended high above the arena floor by guy wires converging on it from all directions. A rope ladder dangles from the platform and the tightrope stretches east to the opposite platform.
I mean, we have to go on the tightrope, don't we?
Don't we need what? Don't we need one of those balance bars to do that? Otherwise, we're going to fall off and die.
You're so sensible, Woody.
Sometimes.
So we're all standing on the platform and we're pushing Rosie forwards over.
This is not a role. This is not a role-playing game.
I
I'm
mean, no.
I'm not a DM. I'm not rolling for that.
I mean, I wouldn't even be on the platform. So
I mean,
I agree with Rosie. We've got to at least try to go.
okay. Well, we'll try just going east and see if this is the shortest game ever.
At least we can't
Over the
fall
net.
it.
Yeah.
East. You are standing, perched dubiously high above the arena floor, a couple of baby steps across the tightrope. So we are now walking a tightrope. That's the location.
Giving us a chance
Yeah.
to turn back. Right,
It is, yes.
East again then.
It's being kind.
No, no.
There is a safety net.
It's true.
East, Chris.
Oh yeah, east. Sorry. Thanks.
Which is what. So that was what I was really worried about. I was far more worried about it being west and us not falling off to our death, but us falling into the line. I mean, falling shouldn't matter anyway. The net is there. We should,
Okay. Well,
Fine.
Yeah.
safety net.
it did say the net was saggy.
Yeah. Do you want to save first?
East. You take a couple of tentative steps across the wire. Okay, I'm still walking a tightrope. I mean, a quiver shoots through your leading foot, stopping you dead on the wire. You find yourself leaning quite noticeably to the south. Lean north. You overcompensate and are now leaning almost imperceptibly to the north. Oh God. Do I need to mark these in on the map, do you think?
No.
I'm going to assume these are not all individual locations, but this is just like a puzzle, I guess. But we're not motivated to do this anyway.
Yeah.
And now I think we're like halfway across and realizing that this really was a really terrible idea.
Just wondering if there's a difference between leaning and tilting and if we're going to overcompensate or not. Or
Do you think I should tilt south again?
I don't know.
No, it doesn't know the word tilt. Lean imperceptibly south. No.
What happens if you just go run east?
Yeah. Run east. Your trailing foot begins to quake, stopping you dead on the wire. You're still out of balance, just a hair now to the north. Should I just keep going east and see what happens? Oh. You're really fighting it now. The high wire starts acting like a jump rope. Flailing away to regain some balance, you nearly slip a disc right before you plummet deeply into the safety net, which heaves you high into the air and then catches you back down.
Ah.
So we're in the safety net in the performance ring. Should we look at the net, actually? It's empty, brackets, not counting you. I guess we can get down. You climb out of the safety net with a bounce in your step. Okay, well that was fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
I guess we go south and south then.
It feels like that's a puzzle that we need something to help us with, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
You
what
need
were
the-
saying. Yeah.
Yeah, we also need motivation. Like,
Yeah.
why are we doing
even
that?
doing that?
You know, I felt quite motivated.
Yeah.
Well, it did say in the introduction that actually the thing that grated the most is because we think we could do it better. Like we've always hankered after getting some of the limelight ourselves.
And sorry, and I probably missed this in the introduction, but who are we? Are we just a punter?
We're just a punter. We're nobody. We're just
We're
a punter.
Okay. So can we now go and like report them to health and safety because they just let a punter climb the ladder?
Yeah, and animal welfare.
Okay, yeah. I like what Maya has just said. So it understands run.
Yes.
Therefore, at some point, we are probably going to have to run.
That is a fair point. Okay. Well, I guess now we just go south and south because there's nothing else to do, right? South to In the Wings. South. You emerge into the warm night air of summer. Connection. This area of matted down crabgrass lies between the vaulted big top entrance to the north and the enticements of the midway to the east, where a sagging banner hangs crookedly above a turnstile. There's a drinking fountain near the side wall of the tent. You can enter the night to the west and south. The last of the crowd just now trickles eastward through the turnstile. A midget decked out in a Russian general's uniform is standing before the drinking fountain. I don't think they're called midgets anymore.
We need to talk to the midget.
Sure.
What do we call them? Small people?
Small people or little people?
Little people, yeah. Okay, so midway to the east, entrance to the north, midway to the east, enter the night to the west and south, and there's a drinking fountain and a little person. Okay. Let's look at the midget. Oh, I just looked and it just reminded me to use prepositions, and then it said the little general gets up on his tiptoes in front of the drinking fountain. Look at general. You see nothing interesting about Comrade Thumb, except that he's about 2 feet high. Attempting to do a pull-up, Comrade Thumb manages to sprawl himself onto the drinking fountain.
Does he need help?
I don't know how to talk to people yet, but let's try talk to general. Unable to comprehend what you're saying, he shrugs his shoulders. Ask general if he needs help.
I have a horrible feeling that we're going to end up just having to do stuff without asking permission.
Yeah.
We try that. What?
Ask general about fountain. He shrugs his shoulders. Straining his neck to reach the spout, the midget gropes for the button, loses his grip, and plops to the ground before the drinking fountain.
Push the button.
Well, what about just lift general?
Lift general. Once elevated, Comrade Thumb slurps his fill of water. He then plops down, gives you a quick salute, and waddles off into the darkness.
Can we follow him?
Follow him. Oh. Follow General beside Big Top. You're standing next to the big top, which is gently flapping in the warm breeze. A cheap plastic clown mask, having been carelessly dropped here, is lying face up on the ground. About waist high, a barred passage for wild animals extends several yards out from the big top. Right. I'm not sure which direction we went in now. But
Get masked.
Comrade Thumb is not here, so it obviously let us follow him, but he's not at this location now.
Yeah.
So he must have moved somewhere else. But yeah, well, let's just connect this up with where we were and get the mask. So there's a passage for wild animals. So obviously the passage that links their travelling cage to the circus cage, I imagine. So I don't know where this is, but it's was it next to the big top or something?
Yeah, I seem to remember the exits before were west and south into the darkness. So, because it makes sense that this is the west one, doesn't it? Since it's just next to the.
It's my best guess. I'm not going to just join it up yet. I'm going to try going east to see if we connect back. But let's get the mask taken. Let's go east. We're at connection. West, we're beside the big top. So barred passage is what this is. So yeah, that is correct. Barred passage. Oh. The passage is empty. You see nothing special about the clown mask.
Seems to be a dead end.
I can just go in some other directions. I can try north. You bump into the side wall of the big top. West, it's too dark and unfamiliar out there. South, backyard. You're standing in front of the turnstile entrance to a fenced-in area, which is south. To the west stands a droopy tent, and the field continues north and east. A tall and lanky clown in baggy pants trudges out of the tent and towards the turnstile. Comrade Thumb follows behind. Adjacent to the turnstile to your south is a vertical cage. Backyard. And then there's a turnstile here. I thought there was a turnstile this way. Turnstile entrance to a fenced-in area which is south. To the west stands a droopy tent. North and east. So, droopy tent over here. Oops. Okay, I'm going to go east and then north to just try and link this back up.
Did you want to add that there was the lanky clown here?
Well, I'm just looking at that. Yeah, I mean, the characters obviously are wander around. I mean, that they've come out of one tent and now they've gone south. I mean, a bit like the character. I mean, some characters are always in the same location, but these ones move around, so maybe I won't.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Let's go east.
I mean, okay, this is my interpretation of this scenario and the reason why there are two different turnstiles. The other turnstile was more of that was the
Punters.
general public's turnstiles get into the big tent.
Yeah.
This is like a turnstile. When it says backyard, this is like the circus performer's private area.
Yeah.
And it's like there's a turnstile there. And I wonder whether if we tried to go through that turnstile, we'd get blocked because we're not a performer. Maybe if we put the clown mask on,
Yes.
we could then go through the turnstile into the performers area.
Well, maybe we have to prove that we can walk across a tightrope to get our
staff
pass.
Seems a bit harsh, but
we need to get the poll, don't we?
Oh, I haven't read this yet, but yes.
Sorry.
I was just thinking we literally have to jump through hoops.
Yeah.
So east, we're near White Wagon. You're standing on a gentle upslope of the grassy field next to a rather imposing trailer whose door is closed to the east. In dark panorama, the field continues north and west, and south where a large banner has been erected. Part of a narrow pole is sticking out from under the wagon. So we are... near White Wagon, and there's a pole. So I presume, Rosie, your thinking is that that's the pole we need for the tightrope.
Yeah, possibly.
Now it says part of a narrow pole. Now, does that mean that we have part of a pole, or that it was just part of a pole that's sticking out?
Yeah.
If you do an inventory, what does it say?
Yeah, have a look.
We have a fiberglass pole, a clown mask, and some money. So I think it was just part that was sticking out, but we can pull the whole pole out.
Cool.
If we look at it, you see nothing extraordinary about the fiberglass pole. Okay.
I love the fact that all of us are now just thinking. I'm sure we are. I'm sure it's not just me. Right. Back to the
Yes.
tightrope.
Actually, I was thinking, I wasn't expecting to see anything extraordinary about it. I just wanted a description of it that's a bit more than it's a fiberglass pole. I mean, oh, it's an extraordinary fiberglass pole. That makes no sense. Okay. I'm just still trying to get my head around this. But also, like, there's no reason for us to go and do a tightrope. But so let's still look around until we get a reason of some kind. So the door is closed to the east. I'm just going to go north. Presume we go back to connection. I'm going to go east from connection.
Yeah.
Just to see. Okay, the turnstile won't budge, so we can't even leave, apparently. Can I say look east? No, it just says look here where I am. Yeah. And the enticements of the midway to the east, where a sagging banner hangs crookedly above a turnstile. Let's just read the banner then. 2 side shows. Oh. Okay. So that's not the main entrance.
Right.
That leads to the sideshow. So maybe the other
Yeah.
the other turnstile is the main entrance. So south backyard. And let's have a look at this vertical cage. X cage. Oh.
Can't do it.
The fire-damaged cage, perhaps once the home of some big jungle cat, has been converted into some kind of vertical booth. Okay. Doesn't appear to be anybody in it. Let's go south. Turnstile won't budge. Look in booth. Oh. You can see the silhouette of a man sitting quietly in semi-darkness. Say hello to man. Please consult your manual for the correct way to talk to characters. Ask man about ticket. I can't really say.
Buy ticket from man.
What are we buying a ticket for?
Do you say?
The guard isn't selling.
Sideshow?
We don't know. There's a droopy tent. Yeah, there's no banner or anything to the south. It's just a fenced off area which is south. I guess we can look at area. Or no, look at.
Well, as you said, because he's the guard, maybe he does control the turnstile. So as Mike was saying, if we put on the clown mask, maybe we can access the...
Yeah, okay. We could go into the droopy tent.
Let's do that.
Mm-hmm.
Inside, prop tent. This dimly lighted tent houses a ragtag collection of outrageous props and wacky devices, including a midget automobile that's garaged in here. Lying here in a heap is a gorilla suit. President William Howard Taft is here. You can hear muffled voices coming from outside and see two ominous shadows cast against the side wall of the tent.
Yeah, put on the gorilla suit.
So we need to put on the gorilla suit, get the pole, and then go across the tightrope.
I mean, you've seen training places, right? I mean, wearing gorilla suits is not always a good idea. Wear suit. You are now wearing the gorilla suit. You can hear muffled voices coming from outside, getting louder and nearer. You feel the childish embarrassment of being trapped. Why is William Taft here?
Is it a waxwork?
I don't know. The imposing figure of President Taft stands quite still. Search Taft. Taft wobbles slightly, revealing himself to be nothing but a cardboard character, a mere prop. You hear one voice say, "Let's duck in here."
Stand still?
Hide? Hide behind Taft.
We're in a gorilla outfit.
So? No one's going to suspect it.
I mean, I just think we would be less conspicuous if we just stood still rather than hiding. A hiding gorilla, it stands out like it's sort of...
I've just done it.
Yeah, no.
Hide behind Taft. You crouch behind the cardboard character. Hopefully the game won't mind the fact that we're in a gorilla suit. I mean, surely it's just normal.
Absolutely.
From behind the figure of President Taft, you hear footsteps enter the tent. A pause, then a hushed conversation. Ooh. Listen. Oh. What do you want to listen to? Listen to conversation. Okay. So, Munrab, what is it? Why have you called me here? Listen, detective. I've had a terrible day in your lousy little town, so let me be brief. Receipts have been down all month. Tonight's concession stand sales were especially small. The towners were tight-fisted. They nearly levelled my grandstand. And on top of that, somebody's kidnapped my daughter, Chelsea. That's where you come in. Here's the most recent picture of her. A pretty good likeness, in my opinion. Mr. Munrab, why are we whispering?
Why didn't you lead with the daughter thing?
Yeah, right. Yeah, on top of everything else, my daughter's been kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yes.
God.
This is some piece of work, Mr. Munrab guy.
Is the answer to why are we whispering because there's someone in a gorilla suit crouching over there?
You never know who might be listening in. Actually, I'm going to try. Is it G? Is again. Oh, look, it worked. Maybe anything would work. I'm not going to whisper. I'm not going to carry it on. I don't know because it's a mystery. I guess Anyhow, it's not because I suspect any of my own people here on the lot. There's a pause. I've got a pretty loyal crew here. Sure, I work the guys a fair amount, but hey, no one joins the circus expecting a holiday. Lacking all passion and professionalism, the detective replies, I'll suspect who you want me to suspect. You're paying the bill. Here, see the language of this ransom note clearly shows that it's not an inside job. Detective, I don't know what kind of crazies are running loose in this town, but I'm afraid harm might come to my daughter if the police were to show up. God knows this circus doesn't need that kind of publicity. Anyway, so I'm relying on you and you alone. I'd better hold on to that note, Munrab. All right, then get going. You can hear Mr. Munrab and the detective hustle out of the tent. You stand up. That's weird. You'd expect he'd want any publicity. Like, he wants publicity, right?
What's funny is that it feels like, oh, okay, this is what we need to do. But this isn't our task. This is the detective's task, isn't it? It's.
Are we supposed to help the detective?
Well, we're not even supposed to know about this, are we?
Yeah.
Well, the detective's obviously corrupt, so Munrab doesn't want to involve the police for a spurious reason. That
we want the attention. We want to be centre of attention.
I guess we need to find out the real truth.
Yeah.
And not the truth that either Mr. Munrab or this detective wants to purport to be the truth. Or we just want to fulfill our lifelong ambition of walking across the tightrope.
Yes.
In a gorilla suit.
It could be that.
Why do we think the detective is dodgy?
Because he says, I will
I'll suspect whoever you want.
Whoever you pay, whoever you want me to.
Yeah.
You're paying the bill.
Right.
But then
sorry. So he's a private detective. He's not the police.
I guess that, yeah, we can assume that. But also, Munrab is suggesting that it's not one of his crew, so it's someone from the town, someone outside of the circus. Like, if he was trying to pin it on someone, wouldn't he try and pin it on someone he doesn't like in the circus? Like, what motivation could he have to pin it on somebody external? It's all very odd. But it seems like Munrab has hired this detective because he wants to frame someone.
Surely he wants him to help find the daughter.
Well, yeah, okay. And so do you take at face value him saying he doesn't want the police involved because he's afraid harm might come to her if the police were to show up?
Okay, so what I'm about to say might be a little bit far-fetched, but let's assume that Mr. Munrab actually isn't a complete psychopath.
Okay, all right. Sorry.
No. Well, and therefore the fact that he puts his daughter going missing last actually is because he knows that she's safe. So
yes,
he's organised for his daughter to be kidnapped.
Sorry, yeah, that's what I was hinting at. Yeah, that he's done this so in order to frame someone for the kidnap of his daughter.
Yeah, but not to generate publicity for the circus, but because of some other rivalry that he wants to frame someone for.
Do you reckon the person that kidnapped the daughter is hiding in a gorilla suit?
Is it like the mousetrap or something? Is it like, did we do it all along? And
was his daughter a gorilla?
Okay, well, I mean, I guess we're going to hang around and just do a bit of sleuthing.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess we got to kind of figure out who we can trust.
Mm.
And what's going on, because we really don't know.
So we take Taft with us so that every time someone comes, we can hide behind.
We also have a clown master wear with a gorilla suit.
Oh yeah,
That would be really scary.
Well, I did think like just wearing a mask isn't going to be enough. So maybe we should try going through the turnstile dressed as a gorilla.
And if that doesn't work, put the mask on and see if that helps. I mean, we have made one friend.
Well, yeah, he didn't seem too put out by the fact that we just hoiked him up onto a drink fountain without him actually asking for it.
No, I agree that
that's true.
But
Maya says in the chat, he doesn't sound very bothered about his daughter at all, and he did say he doesn't give holiday. So either he's doing what Mike said and trying to frame someone, or it's one of the employees. I think that's fair. Those are the two choices as far as we know now. But I'm going to try going south through the turnstile. It won't budge.
Yeah, I think let's just go back to map everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with a turnstile, it won't budge. We have money on us. Are we meant to be putting money in the turnstile to let us through? Is that?
Oh, I guess that's a possibility.
Well, we have to buy a ticket somewhere.
Well, I did try buying a ticket from the guy.
Okay, so
but he's a guard, not a ticket clerk. Midget automobile, gorilla suits. What else was there? Taft. William Taft.
Have you seen what Nick has written?
Yeah, and no, I hadn't realised that. But yes, interesting.
Oh yeah, Munrab is Barnum backwards.
Very good.
Very good.
I mean, should we therefore take that to mean that he's therefore a shit impresario?
The opposite of the famous P.T. Barnum.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look at this wagon. The familiar logo for the travelling circus that time forgot, Inc., is emblazoned across the long side of the white wagon. The closed office door is at the east. Let's open the door. It's locked. Look under wagon. There's nothing eye-catching under the white wagon. North we get to connection. So north from here we go into the tent. East the turnstile won't budge. Look at turnstile. It's the fish skeleton type with 3 sets of horizontal ribs extending from a vertical spine. Built into the turnstile is a narrow slot. The narrow slot is a few inches long.
I mean, yeah.
You could put money in it, I suppose.
A coin in slot.
The slot is not configured to accept the money. So it's a ticket of some kind.
Yeah. Makes more sense.
Let's try. So beside the big top, too dark to go west from there. Let's look at this turnstile. Again, it's the fish skeleton type. There's no slot with this one.
Did you try going down the barred passage?
No, because I guess the barred passage. I mean, it didn't. I'm assuming you can't actually go in it, although we can try.
I mean, we are a gorilla now.
We're not actually a gorilla, Lee.
Oh, is that not how that works?
No. A barred passage for wild animals extends several. Okay, enter passage. The bars of the barred passage are too closely spaced. Follow passage. It leads right into the big top. Yeah, but where the other? What about the other side?
And I presume the reason that the other turnstiles don't have a slot is because there's the guard next to them. The guard has to press a button to allow you to go through the turnstiles. Which seems to sort of come back to that. Maybe that's the entrance to the staff only bit, and the other is.
Look at guard. You can see the shadowy outline of a man who's wearing a dark pair of sunglasses. Ask guard for ticket. Oh, ask guard for access. No.
I mean, it does seem slightly more likely that he'll let a clown through rather than a gorilla, possibly. But we do have the pole and the tightrope as another exit, don't we?
We do. I mean, we could try just taking the pole up the tightrope. It seems.
Have we now mapped everywhere that we think we can go to?
Yeah.
So, sorry, did we try to get into the office? There was an office somewhere.
It's locked, yeah.
Oh, but it was locked.
So it's east of here. But that is locked.
3-minute warning.
And that's locked as well.
Is that if we run, we might be able to get and try the tightrope.
Yes.
Yeah, go on, do the tightrope.
Right. Let's do that. As a gorilla.
Style point.
Wait, hang on. We're in the wings. To the northeast, the grandstand has been retracted slightly, revealing a passage. A roustabout who is wearing a pair of headphones and carrying a large net over his shoulder passes you and exits the big top.
Oh God, that better not be our safety net.
That is what that is.
That is what that is, isn't it?
But that's fine because we have the pole and grippy feet.
And we can save game before we do it.
Yes, that's true. Okay. Also okay. This is the arena's oval-shaped performance ring, which appears deathly quiet without its circus atmosphere. Also missing is its safety net. A rope ladder dangles within a foot of the ground, blah, blah, blah. So, yes. But there's also this this passage.
Yeah.
To the northeast, the grandstand has been retracted slightly, revealing a passage. Should we go northeast?
Yeah.
Let's have a look. It's under the bleachers. You're standing between the underside of the grandstand and the side wall of the big top. Not unexpectedly, the ground here is strewn with garbage. The only exit is southwest. So let's search ground. You find nothing unusual. Oh, okay.
Search garbage.
Garbage, yeah. Sorry.
Your foray into garbage reclamation pays off as you turn up the unmarked ticket of some luckless circus goer.
Okay.
All right.
And we have our first point.
Okay then. So, this is under the bleachers. And presumably the ticket is to the it's to the sideshow.
Yeah.
How do you spell bleachers? A-E-A, isn't it? Bleachers?
Yeah. Bleach.
And then ticket. Alright, it is now 8 o'clock. I suggest we don't want to do... Should we save it and try and try the
Surely.
Yes. Oh, let's just do that. I completely agree that we are probably going to die.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not.
Okay. Our first save. Go up. Oh. Trying to grip the ladder, you fumble away your ticket.
Damn it.
Holy shit. Trying to grip the ladder, you fumble away the fiberglass pole. Now you're on the platform. You grasp the ladder firmly and climb up. Right.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Brilliant.
I think it's 8 o'clock. I think we just call it there. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got stuff to explore next week.
Yeah, okay.
Let's just sit on a platform for a week.
Yeah.
Think of our actions.
I think I think we'll restore. I might test a little bit to see if we can even get up there. Maybe we shouldn't be trying it wearing a gorilla suit, just to guess. But cheers everyone. That was a good start. I hope you enjoyed it. Unfortunately, Rosie's not going to be here next week unless she joins us from a sun lounger.
Yeah, so we're not sure whether we'll be here next week either.
Oh really? Okay.
We're in London.
Depends on when we get back.
Hmm.
We'll try to get back in time.
Well, we'll play it by ear. But it would be the only other one that Mike could do next week,
Yeah,
right?
well, you know, that's.
But
yes.
it's just the way it goes, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. You guys can just crack on then, can't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, if Mike and Woody can do it, then go for it.
Okay.
We'll come back and the game will be finished.
It definitely won't. All right, everybody. Have a good evening. Great to
Okay.
see you all.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody
Bye.
watching online too.